let's go. I got a special for you. This is not only Sensei UFC. Today, we're gonna do Sensei UFC and boxing. Because one of the lessons I have for you is from a boxing match I saw this weekend with some Russian guy named Lomachenko and some Jamaican guy named Walters. Then I'm going to talk about UFC. Where was it last? It was in Melbourne. It was a fight with Ms. Ham against Ms. Taylor. I want to talk about that fight. And then I want to talk a little bit, I'm going to go back a little bit and talk about Alvarez McGregor. So we're going to go through those three things right now. I'm going to teach you 3 lessons about those 3 fights and how to do better and what not to do. So what to do and what not to do. Okay, first one we're going to talk about is that boxing match. If you get a chance, I'll put a link below. I will link this fight on HBO, and you'll see some of the highlights of it, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? I think the other fights you probably saw because most of you guys are MMA fans. Okay, let's talk about the boxing match first. Lomachenko against Walters. Okay, Walters was a southpaw. Lomachenko was a Walters was orthodox. Lomachenko was a southpaw. Okay? Now, what Lomachenko kept doing, and he did so perfectly, he was a southpaw, so he kept his foot outside of Walter's front foot. He kept his right foot outside of Walter's left foot. And every time Walters came forward, he would just turn this corner and then just hit him right there. Walters doesn't have anything. When you're fighting someone that's the opposite of you, and you turn this corner like a bullfighter, you have stuff on them, they don't have anything on you. Okay? So, that's what Lomachenko kept doing. Every time Walters would come in, he would just turn this corner and see where Lomachenko's going to hit, or Walters hits air and Lomachenko can punch him. Okay? So, that's one very important part of fighting someone opposite of you. If you're a southpaw and they're regular, or if you're regular and they're a southpaw, you want your front foot to be on the outside of theirs because you have more power, more versatility, more movement, more combinations. You have everything on them. You have the advantage, and that's the game. It's a hidden game that's subtle, but it's there. Okay? So you always want to keep your foot vied for this position right here. And when someone comes in, you're staying out of the way of this hand. This hook could still come in, but it doesn't come in very well when you turn that corner and you have a second or two to throw your punches, and that's what Lomachenko did, and he eventually stopped Walters with that. Okay, so you want to keep your front foot outside of theirs. If I was a southpaw and I was fighting if I was regular and I was fighting southpaw, I would be the same thing. Then I could do this. You always want to keep your front foot on the outside of their front foot. Okay, that is lesson number 1. That's a lesson from boxing, Sensei Boxing. Okay, second rule. Ham versus Taylor. UFC Melbourne, check it out. Ham was the aggressor, and it looked like she was going to win in the first round because she was such an aggressor. But she was not aggressing intelligently. Okay, what she was doing was, she was a southpaw. Taylor was moving a lot. Taylor was wanting to move and create distance and choose her attacks. Ham just wanted to get in and bang. But Taylor did what I say is one of the most important things, or the most important thing in any fight. She controlled the distance. Okay? So what Ham did was, she was moving around, she was just following her. She would just follow her. She didn't even go around this way, hardly at all. She didn't have to. because Ham wasn't trying to cut off the cage at all. All she was trying to do, she was following her. And then Taylor would pick her shot. So she'd move, and then she'd hit, and then get back out, and then Ham would keep following her. And then she'd stop, she'd throw a couple punches. She ended up winning a decision. And it was a good decision because Ham was the aggressor the entire fight, but she got hit a lot more than Taylor did. Okay? How do you fix that? Okay, I'm fighting a southpaw, and they're moving from me, say. Okay, so they're moving backwards. I'm not going to keep following them. What you do is, there's a cage there. You want them against the cage. If they're a mover and a boxer, and they're faster than you are, or have more speed or dexterity or whatever, you want to get them up against the cage, because then they have nowhere else to go, and you have more leverage that way. So if I was fighting someone that keeps moving away, see, I'm following now. You don't want to follow. You step here. Now you have combinations where you can throw. All of a sudden, here you're following, you have no distance, no anything. So now you step across here. Now you can throw your combinations. They have to move this way now. Then you step back this way. You don't follow them, you stop them. Okay? So if they're moving this way, you move here. Then when they start moving here, you move there. You don't rush in or you're going to get caught. You stop, smart. Okay? Stop, smart. When I say stop, I mean moving forward. So he moves this way, I step here. Then he moves this way, I step there. Boom, boom, boom. I step here. Next thing you know, they're going to be up against the cage. You want to move them in this angle right here. Here, here, here. See, I'm moving forward and stopping. That's lesson number 2. Don't follow, stop. Okay? Lesson number 3, this is from McGregor Alvarez, another southpaw against regular. And what you don't want to do is move to their power hand. Okay? And usually, somebody's back hand is their power hand. Because most people write or do things with a hand that's going to be back. A southpaw usually writes and shaves with their left hand, and they have more power with it. Orthodox is the opposite. So if I'm fighting a southpaw that I know has more power with that front hand, or the back hand, I'm going to be on the outside of it. Because they can't get nearly as much power if they have to cross it over here if I'm over here. They got a lot more power if I'm right here. So you don't want to move into their power. And Alvarez was moving into not only McGregor's power, but his distance. He was actually standing like right here, like, okay, hit me now. Now, you always do move back and forth. Keep your hands up. You're going to get hit now and then. But it's much smarter if you know that's the power hand to stay over, keep going this way, because he can't throw as much power when I'm going this way. Okay? You understand that? You don't want to stay right in front of the power. You want to just stay off of their power. Now, when that happens, if I'm regular and they're a southpaw, and I'm staying outside of their power, that is my power. So I not only stay out of their power, and they can do less to me, I can do more to them when I'm on this side. Okay, I can throw my hooks and my power punches, my kicks, whatever. So you want to stay on the outside of their power. Alright? So, those are my 3 lessons. Sensei UFC and boxing. Thanks for coming, guys. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Okay? Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thanks for coming, guys.